Over a week had passed, and the game modes on NBA 2K20 were still basically a hit or miss, yet somehow still more efficient than Russell Westbrook. I figured I'd move on to become a treasure hunter to replace my laggy hoop dreams. Wait, is that a goddamn chupacabra? Hey bro. I'm just pulling your legs, no story time today. Well, technically anyways, as the last week of events with this game could definitely qualify as a story, just the really bad and nightmarish kind. From a technical standpoint, not the gameplay. I actually like the gameplay, I am having fun with NBA 2K20. Yet, even after the patch, this game has major problems, as in the functionality, not the gameplay. I'm kinda done talking about the gameplay because there's so many voices coming from so many directions, who knows what they're gonna decide to change with that. I kinda like it as it is at the moment. However, there are things that we still cannot do. There are issues that some of us are having and some of us aren't, yet there is proof that the issues are coming from 2K's side and not our internet connection. And I just want to shine a light on it because I'm not sure if it's been acknowledged by the community managers, or technically there's no community managers, marketing managers, if the devs know, if the engineers know. I don't know what they know. So I want to make this video, and I would appreciate it if you could take the time to share it to Mike Wang on Twitter, to LD2K, because they are the most responsive. They are the most feedback-based people over there at 2K. So I just want to make sure these issues are at least acknowledged so that they can get better throughout the year. So what are these issues? Well, the first that is like the biggest problem is that this game is still crashing for people in multiple places. It is either flat out crashing or it is dropping games. So I've had reports from people, multiple people that follow me, saying that when they try to do certain things in my GM, when they try to advance seasons, PlayStation is flat out crashing. If you follow Shake and Bake on Twitter, you can see examples of him finishing games in my team, like in Domination and different modes like that. On PS4, it'll go straight to blue screen afterwards. I have not personally experienced that problem, but whenever it does happen, after a 30-minute Domination game, I'm gonna be pretty pissed. So if the guys over there at 2K knew about these general crashes, I'm pretty sure it can come out in a patch with one of those things that say general improvements to modes around the game. That's kind of how they put it whenever they're talking about crash modes. I don't think they come out and say fixed crashing. I don't know. I don't even know what the patch notes say these days. But here are the specific things that I am experiencing. This is a problem. You guys remember those season previews I was doing? Well, my plan with NBA 2K20 was to do season previews by playing Play Now Online games. Or not even just Play Now Online, playing with a friend, right? It didn't have to be against random people online. So I'm gonna do a season preview for the Clippers. I want Clippers gameplay in the background, but I actually want to be playing as them against other people for a competitive game. I don't want to just play against a damn computer. Well, as it would turn out, Play Now Online still does not function properly for a large number of people, so check this out. You all know it's been well documented that when the game first dropped, for a lot of us the mode just didn't work at all. You would click on it, and after about a second and a half, you would go straight to blue screen. That was alleviated in the last patch, so that has been fixed. However, there is a stark difference between Play Now Online games and games that you play in My Team or My Career. In Play Now Online, the game is choppy all game. So you'll have maybe 2 minutes at the beginning of the game where it's running smooth. Then when something happens, right, when you foul somebody or a timeout is called or they go to a free throw, then the game just gets really choppy and it lasts like that. It's off and on the whole game, and it either completely ruins the experience or the game just flat out drops, it quits. Now, you could blame this on somebody's internet connection, except for the fact that I pay for the best internet available in my area. That's 1. 2, I can play every other game I own in my catalog without any problems. 3, this game, NBA 2K20, I have played every mode of online My Career with absolutely no issues. I played on the park, I played in the rec center, I've played one-on-one with a friend. I've done everything and I don't think I've lagged one time. The only thing that was even remotely laggy in My Career, it was the dodgeball event, and we all know 2K events are kinda janky. It was fun, by the way, but it played pretty choppy, it was lagging a little bit. That is the only thing. Everything else works fine. So it's not my internet connection. Also, this is widely reported by a lot of people, okay? You guys know MK2K Elite, the guy who does all the 2K tips and whatever? He's also reporting just flat out dropped games. And also, the problem is dynamic. Check this out, right? Me and my friend been playing 2K for years. We hopped on last night. Let me tell you what me and the homie could do and what we could not do. What we could do: play multiple games of one-on-one at my court, load into the neighborhood and walk around just fine. Here's what we could not do: play each other in a one-on-one match with the Play Now feature, basically anywhere in the game. We tried to do it from the Play Now with Friends mode, and we could not even load into a game last night. So 2 nights ago when we played, the games were extremely choppy. About 50% of them ended up dropping, and so we just called it a night. We just moved on. Then when we got to play last night, the games would not even start. As soon as the game started, it said there was a problem and the game just couldn't be loaded, flat out. We got that error message every single time. We could not load into one game. So after we were able to successfully play one-on-one at my court, proving that, again, our internet connections have no problems, didn't lag at all, we tried to load a game from the penthouse because you have a TV in there and you can load games. And again, same exact problem, just crashed. It just did not work. So between our my court games working and everything else in the park working just fine, and the fact that the other night it was just choppy until it crashed, and last night it was just crashing totally, this is a problem on 2K side that I would like them to know of. And I'd also like to now present to the jury the My Team Unlimited problems. My Team Unlimited is a game mode similar to Play Now Online. It's just you versus someone else with a team. Now, this mode does not suffer like Play Now Online. Play Now Online lags the entire game. It's choppy the entire game and then it crashes. But on My Team Unlimited, I have also ran into multiple crashes. Last night, after I think one quarter, I think it specifically happened as the quarter was changing. It just quit. It was choppy a little bit in the first quarter, and then as the quarter changed, it just flat out crashed. Okay, now that's one thing, but then I can go into the My Team Triple Threat mode, and I can play. I have never dropped one game in Triple Threat Online. I have never lagged one game in Triple Threat Online. Again, proving that my internet connection is fine. My opponent's internet connection is fine. This is an actual problem with the servers. Not even just a regular problem like, oh, your servers suck. No, there's actually like an error. There's a bug in the servers this time. That's what it seems like. I don't know shit about the technical side, but I just know the difference between, oh, this connection sucks and it's laggy and there's an actual problem. Oh, I'd also like to present to the jury. When me and my friend were able to connect the other night, we noticed a difference between classic teams and current teams, because I'm just trying to give devs, if devs do see this video, if LD2K sees this video, I want them to have all the information possible. We were able to play multiple successful games with classic teams before it ended up crashing. However, when we tried to play with current teams, that's when the game was choppy the entire time. So we played the Warriors and Sixers, the classic teams, and we got through a full game with no issue at all. Then we tried to do the Clippers and the Rockets because, again, I wanted a Clippers season preview. I needed some footage for that. Can't play it. The game is choppy and then it crashes. So that's all I'm going to present for the server side. And again, my main point here is that certain online modes with this game work without a hitch. Certain online modes with this game don't work at all. That is on their side, because if it was our internet connection, we would have problems with all the game modes. We would also have problems with other games that we played, and I played the Call of Duty beta with no problem. I can put any game in right now. I can go into Battlefield 1 right now with 64 people in a match and will not lag one time. Never have these issues. So that's the server side. There is one gameplay hitch. It's not even really a gameplay thing. It's more like a feature within the gameplay. There's one problem that I would like devs to know of here. Have you guys ever been inbounding the ball after a timeout and you can't inbound it, or you can't see where you're inbounding it because of the camera angle? Yes, this happened to me. It happened once in my career and it happened once in my team last night. So I'm inbounding the ball and the camera, I can't exactly describe. You'll see it on the screen. It stays like that for a good like 5 seconds. By the time the ball is inbounded, whether it's your opponent inbounding or you inbounding, you can't actually see what's going on because the camera is not oriented where it is supposed to be. This could cost somebody a game. If this costs somebody a game, it will probably also cost them a controller. I'm definitely not speaking about myself, by the way. I moved on from that life. I can proudly say I have not broken a controller in years. Rehab worked. And finally, let me throw this in here because I saw Mike Wang in the last patch. They added a dribble move to 2K. They changed what one of the controls did, so I figured why can't they do that for some other controls? Cutting, they had a good idea this year. When you hold triangle and you tell someone to cut, it is actually pretty useful when somebody is off balling. I like the feature. I think it's cool, but if this is possible, can we please get a quick play for the cuts back? Because in the quick play menu, unless you pause the game at the beginning and use up some of your timer and add the cut plays back, you have to hold triangle to tell a player to cut. There's no other way. Now that's cool. The only problem is when you let go of triangle, he's going to pass it. That means if your player runs into the defense and you let go of triangle, he's gonna pass it and it's gonna be a turnover. Okay, but yes, you can cancel it. You can cancel that action by also, while you're holding down triangle, now mashing circle, so it'll turn into a fake pass. That's the one way to cancel a cut. It's not even really canceling though, it's picking up your dribble so that you don't pass it. Now, it'd be cool if we just had quick cut back so that I could keep my dribble live, just in case a cut doesn't work out. Sometimes I don't want to pick up my dribble. I'm not in a great place to pass it to another teammate. So if we could have the quick play cuts looked at, that'd be awesome. It just needs a tweak, that's all. The triangle cut is cool, but having to completely pick up your dribble because a cut is going to fail doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And yeah, I think I've covered everything. Just a tiny recap. There is an actual glitch in these servers for some people. Some people are playing online just fine. The glitch is not affecting them, just like when the game first came out. There were people that were reporting that their game did not crash when they went to play now online, yet it happened for others. So this is the same thing. For some people, the game is just crashing like I showed you. The servers are dropping, it's playing choppy all game, and some people are playing just fine. I don't know why it's affecting some people and not others, but from the evidence we have gathered here, we know that it's not just internet connection. It is something specifically with these games where you play people with teams. There's an issue there. It's in multiple modes, and it's making it so right now the only thing we can really do is grind offline, unless you want to take your My Player online. I mean, of course you can go play in the neighborhood and all that, but most of what you can do in 2K right now, if you're experiencing these problems, are offline modes. If you just want to play somebody online just 1v1, it's not really happening for some of us right now. So if you're experiencing one of these issues, if you're experiencing all of these issues, I ask that you hit the like button, and I ask that you share this video on Twitter. You tag LD2K and you tag Mike Wang. Specifically though, if you just want to tag one, if that's too much work, tag LD2K. He's a good dude. He actually listens to the community, he actually listens to feedback, and he presents it to the right people. He has a history of that. He's been doing that since my first experience with it was in 2K17 when we actually got the double team glitch fixed within like 3 days. So if you want to see any or all of these issues fixed for better quality of life with the game, just simply share it and tag them. That's all we gotta do. So at least we can feel like we did our part, right? I don't know if any of this stuff is ever gonna get fixed, but it'd be kind of helpful. Just putting it out there. Oh man, right as I got to the end of chopping the audio for this video, NBA 2K20, the Twitter account, announces that they have a tournament, a head-to-head competition in play now with a grand prize of $115,000 centered around Play Now. This just came out as I'm chopping the audio for this video. Some people cannot even play this mode yet. It does not work for some people. And we're gonna be playing for a bag? Yeah, I think y'all need to see this video. I think 2K needs to see this video. I seriously, either the self-awareness is on zero, or they actually don't know that some people, a lot of people, really cannot play head-to-head matches yet. Sensational.